Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Let's dive into some serious buzz swirling around the Bills, secondary, and the potential blockbuster trade that could shake things up in the AFC East. Word on the street is that Buffalo is eyeing a big move to bolster their secondary for the upcoming season, and the target, Marlon Humphrey from the Baltimore Ravens. Now I know what you're thinking, Humphrey, a guy who's proven to be one of the most versatile and reliable cornerbacks in the league, coming to Buffalo. That could be huge. And the rumors are pointing towards a trade that might send Humphrey to Buffalo in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. Yeah, you heard that right, a future first-rounder for a guy who could be the missing piece in the Bills' defensive puzzle. This move isn't just about adding another player. It's about elevating the entire secondary, especially after some slip-ups last season with Rasul Douglas's coverage. The Bills' defense, which already boasts a top-tier secondary, could see a significant upgrade with Humphrey's arrival. Right now, Buffalo is 12-5, and while that's a solid record, they've been vulnerable to explosive plays through the air, allowing 28 big passing plays in 2025, ranking them around 12th in that category. That's a number they'd love to tighten up, especially against high-powered offenses like the Chiefs or Dolphins. Adding a corner like Humphrey, who's known for his aggressive coverage and ability to shadow elite receivers, could make a real difference. His presence on the field would serve as a shadow that's almost impossible for quarterbacks to shake, especially when trying to target the best WRs. Humphrey's recent season in 2025 was outstanding, playing in 15 games with 5 interceptions, 14 pass deflections, and allowing just 42% completion when targeted. That's elite stuff. His PFF grade for the season was a remarkable 91.6, and his EPA per target was 38, which indicates he's not just good at coverage but also impactful in limiting yards after catch and disrupting plays. His man coverage win rate hovers around 79%, and he's allowed just 2 touchdowns across the season. When you look at his career stats, Humphrey has accumulated 16 interceptions and 52 pass defenses, with a career PFF grade of over 90.0. He's been a consistent force before injuries hampered him in 2025, including a concussion week 2 against the Bengals and some missed games later in the season. But when healthy, Humphrey is a shutdown corner, and his ability to lock down top WRs can't be overstated. And speaking of injuries, that's part of the conversation. The Ravens, who went 11-6 in 2025 and narrowly lost the AFC Championship 31-28 to the Bengals, are weighing their options. They're looking to rebuild, especially after losing Lamar Jackson's MVP-level performance and moving towards a different offensive philosophy with a focus on rebuilding the offensive line post-Jackson, who was earning $52 million a year. Their secondary, while decent, is considered a bit weak, and bringing in a player like Humphrey, who's owed $24 million against the cap, could be a strategic move to maximize their assets before their cap situation tightens further. The Ravens are probably hesitant. They're not just going to give Humphrey away. But the Bills' offer of a future first-round pick plus a fourth might be enough to entice them, especially if they're looking to accelerate their rebuild and free up cap space. Now for the Bills, this is a clear sign that they're serious about contending again. Their secondary, already strong, would get a serious boost with Humphrey. They've been solid against the pass, but adding a player of his caliber could push their secondary into the top 5 in the league. The numbers support this move too. Last season, Buffalo allowed a 22% decrease in big plays, which is good but still room for improvement. Adding Humphrey could reduce those explosive plays even further, creating more turnovers and giving their offense more opportunities to turn the game in their favor. In fact, his addition could be akin to the impact Jalen Ramsey had when he joined the Dolphins in 2024, where his presence boosted their secondary and turned them into one of the most feared units in the league. Let's talk about the specifics of his game. Humphrey's coverage EPA per target was a mere -0.26 last season, with a PFF grade of 91.6, and he earned 9 pass deflections in just 15 games. His ability to blanket WRs is top-notch, and his physicality is what makes him a nightmare matchup for even the most skilled receivers. His presence in the secondary could allow the Bills to play more aggressively, knowing that they have a corner who can shadow and shut down elite WRs like Tyreek Hill or Davante Adams. Not to mention, his ability to make big plays on the ball with 5 interceptions last year, plus his knack for breaking up passes, could be the difference-maker in close games. Of course, the Bills' defense would be a different beast with Humphrey in the lineup. Their secondary, which already includes Christian Benford, could see a significant boost in coverage efficiency. Benford's EPA last season was 44, and with Humphrey's addition, the overall unit could become a nightmare for offenses trying to pick their way through Buffalo's secondary. Imagine a defense where Humphrey shadows the opponent's top receiver, while players like Taron Johnson and Jordan Poyer handle the rest. The Bills' defense would be a true matchup nightmare, especially against those high-octane offenses in the AFC. Looking ahead to the Super Bowl odds, adding Humphrey could be a game-changer for Buffalo. Currently, their odds range from plus 500 to plus 350, but with a player of Humphrey's caliber, those odds could improve significantly. His presence would serve as a real X-factor against top teams like the Chiefs, where he could neutralize their top WRs and turn the tide in Buffalo's favor. His ability to shut down a receiver in critical moments, combined with the Bills' already potent defense, could finally give them that extra edge needed to get over the hump and reach the big game once again. And let's not forget, this isn't just about winning a few games. It's about building a defense that can carry the team through the playoffs and make a serious Super Bowl push. Now, some might be skeptical, pointing out that the Ravens' secondary is considered weak and that they're in the middle of a rebuild. But the Bills see a real opportunity here. They're aiming to take advantage of the Ravens' current situation and the cap space available, around $22 million, which is more than enough to absorb Humphrey's salary and still have room to maneuver. Buffalo has been strategic with their cap management, and acquiring a player like Humphrey would send a clear message to the league. They're not just in this to compete. They're in it to win it all again, to chase those Lombardi trophies and bring that glory back to Buffalo. Let's remember, the Bills have been building a roster that's capable of competing deep into the postseason. Josh Allen continues to be one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league, capable of making plays both with his arm and his legs. The offensive line has improved, and their receiving core, led by Stefon Diggs, remains one of the best in the league. But defense wins championships, and that's why this potential Humphrey trade is so critical. It's about fortifying the back end, making sure that no matter how explosive the offense gets, the defense is ready to respond, adapt, and dominate. In the grand scheme, this could be the move that elevates Buffalo from a team that's been knocking on the door to a true Super Bowl contender. Imagine a secondary that includes Humphrey and Christian Benford, both capable of locking down top receivers, combined with Taron Johnson's playmaking ability in the slot. Opposing QBs would have a hard time finding a clean look, and the turnovers could start stacking up. The Bills have everything they need on offense: a star quarterback in Josh Allen, a reliable and explosive receiver in Stefon Diggs, and a running game that's been solid. Now, they're just looking to finalize that defensive upgrade and lock in their spot as serious contenders. Of course, nothing is certain until the trade is confirmed, but the signs are pointing toward a real possibility. And if Buffalo manages to land Humphrey, it's going to send shockwaves through the league. The AFC East will have to rethink how they attack Buffalo's defense, and the Bills will have one of the best secondary units in the league, capable of making life miserable for even the best quarterbacks. That's the kind of upgrade that can turn a good team into a championship favorite, especially when you consider how close they came last season and how hungry this team is to finally get back to the Super Bowl stage. So Bills fans, keep your eyes peeled. The offseason is heating up, and this potential move could be one of the most impactful of the entire year. It's an exciting time to be a Bills supporter. Confidence is building, and the team is showing they're ready to make bold moves to bring that elusive Super Bowl trophy back home. We'll be watching every step of this process, and I'll be here to break down every detail as it unfolds. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's get ready for what could be a transformative offseason for our Buffalo Bills. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Buffalo Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news.